the title of this episode is I Died, so I suppose this is the final episode. R.I.P. Oh, he went a little too fast. But in the previous episode, we got introduced to our two characters and their quirks, and towards the end, Ichikawa kinda saved Yamada from having to give her line to Paisen. I don't know why. Anyways, to the playboy, who's being a little too aggressive towards the end, which is just not good. But with that play that he did, and then the little joke that he gave, it gave Yamada quite a laugh. So we'll just have to see how this goes, how this continues. If you like the content, remember to leave this video a like and subscribe if you haven't. And if you didn't like the content, dislike the video, and we'll be on our way. Let's get started. Ah, cicadas. Summertime, huh? Or close to summer, whichever. Yeah, but then there's Yamada here, so like... Meguro. Oh, I think that's the... Oh, it's grape flavor, too. Doesn't matter. Look, she wants what she wants. Doesn't matter if it's only for kids. And off she goes. I do like the way this opening is. It shows how it really gives off that wholesome vibe. That's a small little thing. You shouldn't be running with it. Although you are low on time. She runs back. Should've just dropped off what you had. Well, he's gonna wipe it up for you. She's just overflowing that tiny little fucking cup. Oh, 3 minutes? Yamada. It's already filled the moment you fucking put it in for like 1 second. Oh shit! Man's doing a fucking sprint out here! Oh, she's just decided she was just going to fill it up and... I love all the sink that he takes. He takes the one that's right next to her. Yeah, you can keep the leftover. I'll eat your trash for you. Alright, we're gonna get to see the other girls. Well, besides, Kobayashi. Maybe she just wants to snack alone. What, and that's why she's... Damn, dude, What is this domination pose? She's just on you while eating chips? Holy shit. Oh my god, seeing that animated, it's just... Ooh. On a hot-ass day. Damn, dude, Kobayashi is really strong if she's able to fucking carry Yamada. I mean, that's what the other boys. But she's always alone out here, snacking. I mean, he's been holding this fan, so like. No. Still not bad. Is this about the snacks? I feel she just banged her fucking head. Yada yada. Such a nice guy. What are you allergic to specifically? Looking out for her boyfriend. Good looks and personality. Oh. Look at man's in defensive position. Oh. The hymns of hymns. Dead. It all comes together. Man runs straight to the bathroom, the restroom, technically. Oh. So that's how they're gonna. Okay. This is for a haunted house, so like, you're perfect. Oh, whoa! Oh my god. Are those real boobs? Alright, we're getting a little too close. That's why she had the bright idea. We've all got our own special something. Wow, that's a whole bucket's worth of paint? My goodness. I didn't realize that Dachi was that fucking tall. Why is he so tall? Damn, Hara. Holding such a grudge. He's taking the blame for Hara. How nice. Look at him. He's trying to be the tough guy. He probably can't even punch people. What, is there a rebirth cycle? Oh. Damn it, so it saves us. Common last names. Be careful. I mean, don't you think it'd be a little appropriate since it's a fucking haunted house? Sorry for causing trouble. Ooh, what a nice, relaxing music. Wow. Is this lo-fi? Like I said, wouldn't it be appropriate to just have the family is all just the Ichikawas. Damn, dude, he vanished. What? Wow, that's a nice lantern. Goddamn. Why, high school's gonna be even more good? More good. What am I even? Don't post it on social media? Wow, that... We had a fucking DJ in the back just mixing songs, holy shit! Here's Paisen. Oh, he's not too bad of a guy, huh? Aren't actually awful. Town 80 years ago. Of course, it's the most important place. That's how she pinpoints her house. Look at her casually trying to ask you where your house is, so she'll know where you live. No, he just wants to take a picture of the... I died. Ah. At first I was like, is that Yamada? And then I realized it's the two. This is all in... It's like a different style. So is this from I mean, these are all her, like, modeling pictures. Them filters, though. Oh my god, she's just leaving snacks on the fucking ground. And of course, it's Ichikawa has to pick up her mess. Some of those pictures are in more style of, like, how the manga is. Why didn't it... Wow, this episode actually didn't have the credits. Very amazed. Okay, well, that was fun, and, it's time to go back to the center. Alright, so that was episode 2 of The Dangers in My Heart. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. You know that I always like talking to you guys. For me, I thought that this was a great episode, and going to that little nitpick that I had said where they kind of just skipped the part in I think it was chapter 4. I still probably won't really say much about it, so, you know, if you want to know what it is, just read the manga. But I do like that. There was like a bit of a connection to chapter 4 with the way that Yamada comes up to Ichikawa and say, like, in the anime, she says, I saw your presentation, and so that's why she's like, I think your handwriting is good, so that's why, you know, she's bringing him over to do the drawing while she gets to be the ghost. That's totally fine. Like I said, it was just a minor nitpick, and it wasn't really going to, like, break the story or anything, as you can see in this episode. They just covered it up with some other event. That was pretty fine. I also really like the way that they did the, what is it? The title card, right? With the way that Ichikawa said, like, hey, can I take a picture of the map? But Yamada, of course, being her, didn't really understand that, but she's just kind of like, oh, you want to take a picture of us together? Fine. And she goes and she takes the picture. I love the way that it's like slowly zooming in to Ichikawa, you know, into his eyes as the title card flashes. And it kind of goes back to the way that he says in the beginning of this episode, where he's the one who is born to end other people's lives, and the library is the only place that quells his desire to murder and all that, you know, and that Yamada is his first victim. You know, the first person that he's going to enact his killing and everything, because she's the one who's been encroaching on his quiet place, you know, his little safe space, his little safe spot and everything. And I like that, the way that the title card shows right there, and saying that, you know, I died. It seems that in the end, it was Yamada who did the fucking killing. So I very much enjoy the way that they did that with the title card. It's very nice, very artistically located. I don't know where that sentence was going. Let me check what was the chapters that they covered, because I think they only covered 3 chapters, I believe. Four. No, it was 4 chapters. I think last time it was about 6, I believe. Yeah, it was about 6, except they merged chapter 3 and 4 together. Okay, but this one was just 4 chapters, just because, you know, it's starting to get a little bit, the chapters itself is starting to get a little longer. Actually, no, it covered 5 chapters. What the fuck am I talking about? Okay, let me go back to the beginning of this, which I've technically have already talked about with the significance of that compared to the title card, which I really like. And the first, you know, with this scene, right, with Yamada fucking spilling water everywhere and him having to clean this all up, and then towards the end of the scene, she gives him her fucking trash, just like what she did last time, where she had the bag of chips, and so she gives that over to, what is it? She gives that over to Ichikawa. It's kind of like a literal interpretation of him cleaning up her mess. You know, it's other than just him having to, like, wipe up all this fucking spill that she's been goddamn doing. You know, he's literally taking her trash and then having to toss it away. Also, I like that in this episode we are getting a little bit more of the friends, which is Yabai, Kobayashi, and Serina, or Yoshida, or I can't remember what Yamada called her as a nickname, but we'll get to that later. We didn't really see much of Yoshida, so that's a little okay, you know, that's a little okay. Maybe we'll get to see her a little bit more. She looks a little, in terms of Yoshida, which is this girl right here, right in the corner, she looks a little less, just the way that they draw, she looks a little less intimidating. That's what I could say for her right now, but we'll have to see more of her. You know, I feel like out of all the characters in this group, we don't really see all that much of Yoshida. I feel like we see her around, but like we don't really get like much interactions with her. But I'm still a little brought out by the art style and the way that the characters, as someone mentioned in the previous episode, it kind of does look like the characters look a little slimmer, rather than how the art style started off, where the characters feel a little they do feel a little shorter and like a little chubbier. I'm still a little taken out by the art style, especially at some point. You know, I forgot who said I forgot I said like who was so fucking tall. It might have been Paisen, but he's a growing boy. He's like a third year in he's a third year in the junior high, so you know he's hitting its growth spurt and everything. God, seeing this scene animated of Adachi just grabbing that man's tits and just fucking rubbing it, I'm just like, oh my god. Jesus fucking Christ, that's just straight up harassment right there. Although he seems to be enjoying himself, you know, he's got a little blush. Anyways, after the initial scene and after me rambling about the art style, we get into this, and also the tits, we get into this scene where Ichikawa starts wondering why is it that Yamada is all alone just in the library eating snacks, you know, if she's so popular she's got friends and everything, you know? It's that question, and so he ends up learning about it when Kobayashi comes in, and she basically tells him why, she says she's got Yamada's got a weird way of, like, looking out for me, you know, which is her eating snacks by herself because Kobayashi is allergic to snacks, which, again, I'm still kind of like, what are you allergic to specifically? There's so many fucking ingredients in snacks, like, you can probably... I mean, like, you got a wheat allergy or something? Like, what do you have? You've got a potato allergy? You know, like, there's so many ingredients in snacks that, like, you have a chance to be allergic to, but, like, you can't just be allergic to snacks, because if you're just allergic to snacks, then, like, that just feels like you can't eat food in general. I don't know. But, as Kobayashi says, you know, this is just Yamada's way of looking out for her, which is, she knows that Kobayashi is allergic, and so she doesn't want to eat snacks in front of Kobayashi, I suppose. That's her looking out for her friend. Which, you know, it kind of makes sense to me now, because I remember reading this part of the manga, and I never really understood what Kobayashi meant by this when she's telling the story of Yamada coming over to her house, and then she was worried that Yamada wasn't coming out of the bathroom, and she opened the door only to see Yamada eating snacks outside. I thought that was just her talking about how much of a glutton Yamada was, but seeing this here in the anime, it kind of makes sense to me, I guess, you know, like, I mean, I don't know, like, if someone's a vegetarian, you know, like, I guess you wouldn't want to snack with meat in front of them, I guess. It's... Anyways, I do like that it was slightly different in the way that Kobayashi noticed Yamada was under the table, instead of just how it was in the manga, where Kobayashi decided to sit down in front of Ichikawa, and then as like she's about to sit down, she literally just sees Yamada just hiding under the desk, you know, and she immediately figured out. But here in the anime, you know, Yamada made a little mistake. She left her snacks here, she bumped her head, and so Kobayashi's like, okay, she's here. But I also like that it showcases, you know, just that small little tidbit of their friendship with each other. I mean, as Ichikawa said, he considers Kobayashi as the boyfriend of the group. And, like, no matter the kind of shit that Yamada puts on her, she doesn't really complain about it to Yamada. She did kind of complain about, like, why did you have to do it on this hot-ass day? Like, on any other day, like, I'll fucking carry you. But she ends up doing it anyways. And so we have that established with Kobayashi and Yamada's relationship. And during the time in the library, again, with Kobayashi telling about Yamada's looking out for her, and then Yamada coming out after being complimented so much, you know, she did the ahems of ahems, and she ends up giving Kobayashi the piggyback ride that she wanted, but she was just a little too embarrassed to do it during school time, you know, so now that school's out and not really a lot of people are out, she ends up getting that piggyback ride, you know, as the return offer. So it was very nice to see their little relationship, which is just a little covered by Ichikawa. Unfortunately, he got a little too excited, especially after Yamada putting her hand on his thigh and everything. As he says, it's all coming together, he says, as he runs to the bathroom with his both hands right near his crotch. So in the next scene, it is the preparation for the cultural festival, or as he says, the culture festival. So his class decided to do a haunted house, and I already mentioned about how like the low cover that they got for not showing what happened in chapter 4 in order to get Ichikawa to help Hara with the gravestone and everything. I still can't get over fucking Ichikawa just out here ogling Hara's biddies, and like nobody else. It's a good thing that everybody else was like working, you know, and they didn't realize this obvious ogling that is happening. Like he was getting so close to her. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. But we got a bit of a drama towards the end of this scene as Yamada realizes that one of the gravestone is the Yamada family. And so Adachi, I think it was Adachi that made me realize, like, why the fuck is he so goddamn tall? Like, Jesus Christ, he did not look that tall before, but like, he is so tall. I mean, Adachi has always been taller than Ichikawa, but again, it's with the art style where it just looks like they're in high school and not middle school. Whoa. Anyways, we see Adachi being the tough guy, you know, being like, hey, how dare you say that about Yamada, because we know that he more or less has the hots for Yamada, and so because of that, he wanted to impress her by, you know, going to beat up the perpetrator, because everybody knows the guy who beats on the little man, that's the most attractive man out there. So, you know, he's just out here escalating the situation, and here it's Ichikawa again, cleaning up people's mess, because he knows that, like, oh yeah, Hara wrote all these, oh, maybe she has some sort of grudge against Yamada, because the last thing that he heard from her was that, oh, it must be nice to be Yamada, to be skinny and all that. So he's like, oh, maybe there's, you know, some bad blood, but he knows how, like, mean girls can get, mean girls? How girls can get, whatever, it's the mean girls that he's worried about for Hara, so he's trying to clean up the mess for her by taking the blame. And you can kind of see that with the way that he noticed Yamada was crying in class during the presentation in the previous episode, and he was trying to get people to not look towards that way, so that's why he ends up doing the whole tear. And he's just kind of like, well, this is how my reputation is, you know? People think of me as some fucking weirdo, so it's okay if I do something bad and then people have an even badder reputation of me, or, you know, an outlook of me, because they already see me in more or less a negative light, so it doesn't really matter if I get more negativity pointed towards me, as long as it's not towards, you know, these other people who I would assume in his head doesn't deserve it. So again, this is just Ichikawa cleaning up other people's mess. We also see Yamada in the back just kind of like watching. Actually, you know what, in this scene, right? In this scene where we see we see Adachi, and this is kind of like the height that he should be for you know, compared to how tall he is to Ichikawa. It's just that other scene, he looks so fucking tall. I don't know, he is also bending his knees a little bit. Okay, anyways, height difference aside, we learned from Hara that she was the one who drew this, and, you know, the whole misunderstanding has been erased because they realized that other family names are in there as well, to which I still don't understand why they gotta erase that. Again, I think that it's a rather appropriate thing if you have these people's family names on there, even if they're common family names or whatever. It's rather appropriate, because this is your class, and like, oh, these people are dead. Anyways. Difference in culture and all that. And so it was nice for Yamada to come down to his level and apologizes, because she was the person who instigated this situation, you know, even though she didn't really do it on purpose, she kind of just saw it, and, well, she put notice to it, and again, it's Adachi who escalated this scenario because he was trying to impress her and all that. But I would assume, you know, she feels that it's her fault that he had gone into this trouble, so that's why she apologized. And so, very nice, you know, very nice. I really like this spooky ghost, like, after he vanished on Hara, and then he's out here washing, and, like, you know, we've got that little wiped transition of Yamada showing up right here, right? Fucking ghosts, dude. So this is a what is it? This is an omake. It's like those extra chapters that they've adapted, which is very nice. I very much like that. Of course, we got to see Ichikawa putting his little artistic skills at hand, which reminds me, we haven't really seen that, which is, I kind of wish we did. I still kind of wish we had seen his. It's going to fucking burn in my chest for the rest of the fucking anime. But they kind of are showcasing it here, where, you know, he does know, he does have, like, some drawing abilities, and the way that he, you know, tells Hara how to do this, and this, and then here in this scene with him, like, oh, you gotta mix it with this color and layer it to make it look more realistic and all that. But of course, he ends up stopping because he's just like, oh my god, I have the touch near her lips. Oh my god, her whole face. Spooky. And so with that scene over, we've got the actual cultural festival. So I think that was Kobayashi saying, don't post this, don't go posting this on social media. God, look how tall they look. Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay. Why are they so tall? Especially Moeka. Why is Moeka so goddamn tall? Okay, so like this... It's like a group of tall girls and Kobayashi. But like, you know, the thing about Yamada is that she's supposed to be the tallest out of everybody in terms of like the girls, you know, the height of girls. She's supposed to be like the tallest. And like Sekine, Sekine is Yoshida. And Yoshida is supposed to be like slightly shorter than her. So like it still feels like she's quite tall, but like she is a little bit taller than other girls as well, but like she's supposed to be a little bit shorter than how it's showcased here. And then Moeka is like, at the very least, should be around shoulder height of Yamada. But Moeka is just so fucking tall. I cannot... This will fucking kill me for the rest of the series. I swear, with how tall they are. Wait a minute. Why does Yoshida look so fucking short compared to the previous scene? Like, what? We're having some height discrepancy out here, dude. And like that's kind of like the height that she should be, except Moeka needs to be shorter. From shortest to tallest, right? It should be Kobayashi, Moeka, Yoshida, or Sekine, and Yamada. Okay. Okay, I need to just shut up about this, or else I'm gonna talk about it every time I fucking see it, so I've released everything. But anyways, we get to see Paisen again, and we got to see how not bad of a guy he is, despite him again trying to fucking coerce Yamada into giving her her line. But we see that he's not that bad of a guy because he's the first guy to help take Ichikawa's bike out of the river. As Ichikawa says, you know, sometimes it sucks that these guys aren't just overall bad guys, you know, like I hate that he's actually kinda cool. You know, like the fact that he's not just an overall bad guy, so then you can't just fucking hate him and be over with it. But no, you have to be like, oh, he does have some good side to him. So I that's what I kind of do like about Paisen, other than that initial fucking scene with him. Anyways, he was trying to pick up Yamada yet again, and I think Kobayashi was trying to deflect him, be a good boyfriend and turn him down, and then it was Moeka who comes in like, yeah, let's fucking do it. And this is the one thing that I forgot to talk about, which is the language in this show. The only thing that I kind of don't like in the official translation of the manga is that they kind of dull down the language just a little bit, like with the amount of insults that he gives to Moeka. In the manga, it doesn't really say, like, you bitch or anything. He ends up calling her a witch in the manga, which I'm just kind of like, you know, it's middle school, you know? Kids are gonna fucking say whatever the fuck they're going to say. And so I like that at the very least in the subtitles of the anime, it is still just going with the way that Ichikawa truly feels, you know? He's just going straight out in his head, saying, "You bitch" to Moeka is fantastic. Was it makes it all the worse when guys like that aren't actually awful. Yeah, so you can't just straight up hate him. What was he saying before? Your class is doing a haunted house. Okay, but we're on a break right now. Okay. I also actually really like this part of the manga where, you know, they're showcasing the battle formation with Sekine. I guess I'll just... Is her name? Wait, no. Sekine is Moeka, isn't it? And then Sekine? Is that... God, they both have like very similar... Serina, not Sekine. Fucking Serina. Serina. With the battle formation with Serina being the rear guard, Kobayashi's being the foreman, and Moeka is the bannerman. You know, she's the one who's just doing all the talking to Paisen. It's just fantastic, and I love that he says it's a literal fortress of friendship. It's great. But yeah, you see Sai's out here following them, and he has to cut through this class, and he ends up talking to Yamada as Moeka's out here trying to fucking get the line of Paisen in the background. So of course, you know, they come in, they have a nice time together with each other, although you can't really see anybody outside in the window. Oh, they must be a little further off the screen. I really like that all the other class, well, we only saw one class, which is Ichikawa's class, and they're doing this haunted mansion. They were like, they've got everything all set up and everything, a lot of effort, and then here's this class that's just a fucking map of the town 80 years ago. This is some good effort, but as I said towards the end of this fucking map right here, this fucking shit that this class has done, they won the grand prize just because Yamada was here and she really liked it. Oh, dude. But yeah, they had a nice time. Ichikawa now knows where Yamada lives and vice versa, which is, I suppose, why he was like, I want to take a picture so I know exactly where you live. And of course, I already talked about the whole phone thing and the way that it showcases with the title card. I thought that was very nice. Look at that dumbfounded face of his, just like, oh! I didn't mean this sort of picture. I haven't really stopped to talk about Ichikawa's eyes. Like, it's so fucking good. But I also just like characters with eyes like that, and then there's like a ring in between the pupil and the iris. It's so nice. You know, it's the same sort of eyes that Makina has. And so that is the entire episode. Very nice. Where we're getting to see Yamada and Ichikawa having their little moments together, you know? And I would assume we're going to finish the last episode. Sorry, we're gonna finish the next episode. The next episode is going to be the end of Volume 1, so that'll be nice to see how they tie everything together, and yeah, it'll be interesting once we get into Volume 2 after that, you know? So, actually, if it's 3 episodes, right, and they kind of combine, but like, again, with these chapters, they're relatively short, but they're going to get a little bit long. Well, actually, no, they're still relatively short. Anyways, yeah, it seems like they're covering one volume in 3 episodes. So we'll just have to see whether they're going to take another 3 episodes for the next volumes. Then that covers like 4 volumes if this is a 12 or 13 episode. Okay. Well, we'll just have to see if they end up making some other cuts, you know, besides cutting out a portion of chapter 4 and all that. It's chapter 4, right? It was chapter 4 or chapter 3? Anyways, whatever. Well, as I said, overall, pretty good episode. I really liked it, and yeah, I'm excited to see the finale of the first volume next week, so that will be fun. And yeah, if I have anything else to say, I will write it in the description down below. Thank you guys for sticking around, and I will see you guys in the next episode.